My first deal was it was very, very challenging, to be honest. As most people could relate, their first deal was some people, their first deal is pretty quick. But for me, it was pretty challenging. How I got my first deal was I went on Zillow. I contacted, I was cold calling FISBO leads, for sale by owner leads on Zillow. And, finally got
Hmm.
to one where the motivation was extremely high. The seller was been trying to sell his house since last year. He already bought a new house in Central Florida. The house he was trying to sell was in South Florida. So the timeline, the motivation was extremely high. This guy wanted to actually really, really sell his house. The thing with this deal was we found it extremely profitable.
What's good, John? I'm here with my man, Emmanuel John Baptiste. Listen, y'all, Emmanuel just closed his first deal ever, his first real estate investing deal ever. He's located here in South Florida where I am. I actually met him several months ago at an event. From day one, me and young Emmanuel, we clicked, we exchanged numbers, and pretty much he's like one of my go-to people. We have great dialogue on a weekly basis. He's new to the game, but he's wise beyond his age. How old are you? Like
Yes, sir.
21
Yes,
right
sir.
now, right? Yeah, you're 21. I believe you were in college at one point, but you taking some semesters off for to get into this investing game. You want to change
Yes,
your
sir.
focus,
So
is that
yes,
right?
sir. I was literally I was going to college and working. I actually started in real estate last year. I had bought a course like everybody else, like most people that start in real estate. I bought a course. I put $500 down, and I was steadily learning the real estate game. How to comp
Mhm.
properties, this and that. But I was advised to go to college, and also work. I had to work, so it was very hard for me to balance my schedule and focus on investing while going to school and going to work.
Mhm.
I had a very crazy shift. I know a lot of people could relate. I was waking up at like 5 in the morning and going to school, catching school around 6, 7. And then after school I would have to work from 3 to 11. And that would be my day-to-day shift every single day. So I was very, very tired, very worn out. And it was hard for me to focus on the business while taking that type of shift. So I was going to school for avionics administration. Um, and
Mhm.
you know, that's a really good field. That's a very good field. I like it. I always wanted to be an entrepreneur and a business owner and a business operator, but more mainly a business owner. So I took a fall back from school to focus on the business. And so currently I'm in Broward College. And I did a couple semesters there. I'm doing pretty well, but I took a fall back just to focus on the business for now. And I should be back in school really soon because we're seeing brighter days now. Like, the business is starting to take off.
No doubt. No doubt business is taking off. So you just got your first deal done. How did you tell me a little bit about your first deal? What was the craziest thing that happened during that
Okay, so
process?
my first deal was it was very, very challenging, to be honest. As most people could relate, that their first deal was some people, their first deal is pretty quick. But for me, it was pretty challenging. How I got my first deal was I went on Zillow. I contacted, I was cold calling FISBO leads, for sale by owner leads on Zillow. And, finally got
Hmm.
to one where the motivation was extremely high. The seller was been trying to sell his house since last year. Um, he already bought a new house in Central Florida. The house he was trying to sell was in South Florida. So the timeline, the motivation was extremely high. This guy wanted to actually really, really sell his house. The thing with this deal was, we found it extremely profitable, and we were trying to, we were trying to actually do the flip ourselves in the beginning, and that's what made the deal so challenging. And so, it just went so far out. It just kept, it just kept pedaling out where we couldn't close it as quickly as we wanted to. but thank God we luckily locked it in and closed it. It was a lot. It was a lot going on, man. I would go into detail, but you know, I'll let you ask me. But it was a lot. It was a lot, man.
So what was like the biggest obstacle you faced? How did you
So the
push through it?
biggest obstacle we faced in this deal was just the seller, and we had it's just the timeline. We were trying to find a buyer. The seller was really really anxious to sell this property. He was really in pain. He was in a lot of pain. We were trying to do the flip at first, but that didn't work out because a couple lenders didn't see the numbers that we seen. So we opted out to
Mm-hmm.
wholesale it. I wish we would just wholesale it from the beginning, but we were trying to we seen the value in the deal, and we were trying to make it a big flip from our first deal. We were trying to make something extraordinary, which is still extraordinary, but at the
Yeah.
same time, we could have sold it faster if we just opted out to wholesale it from the beginning. So yeah, and then on top of that, his real estate attorney has very 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 difficult with us because
Mm-hmm.
prior to us getting his house under contract, he was dealing with another wholesaler that totally ghosted him. This guy got his property under contract, ghosted him and stuff. So the attorney, basically, she was doing her job, trying to protect her client, you know, and she was another challenge for us during this deal. But we got through it, man. We got through it. We actually, as crazy as we actually fell out of contract with him, and we created such a good relationship with him, right? We created such a good relationship. We were very transparent from the beginning. We made it clear to him that we
Mm-hmm.
really want to buy his property or bring in some of our partners to buy it. We wanted to get this property sold for him, and we were really really trying to you know like relieve his pain. Like he had pain, he was in pain, and we were trying to be problem solvers. We were trying to solve his problem. You know, that's really what this business is all about: solving people's problems, and that's literally what we're trying to do from the very beginning to the very end.
No doubt, man. That's what we get paid to do. We get paid to solve problems. That's dope. That's dope. I know we were talking through the entire process as you was working through it. And you was estimating a six-figure
Yeah, I
flip.
was, I was, I was, I was, and I believe it's still manageable because depending on what type of rehab you want to do and what type of buyer will want to buy that property.
Mhm.
But yeah, we were estimating a six-figure flip on that deal.
No, no,
That would
no.
have been
It
great,
would have been
man.
phenomenal, man.
That
I
would have
was
been
so
great,
excited for you. But nah, man, here's the thing, you got it done.
sir.
You got it done. And sometimes the best deals you do are the ones that you don't. So, when it comes to rehabbing, you got to be in a special place to be able to rehab. You got to have the experience. You got to have the funding. By this being your first one, and the price point at which you were buying is probably your biggest blessing that rehab part did not go for you. Yeah, I mean, believe it or not. So, nah, but I applaud you. So let me ask you something. If you could go back, right, and give yourself one piece of advice before starting this deal, what would that piece of advice be?
That piece of advice would be, you know, take the first option. Take the the, the closer and more realistic option. It's great to be,
Mm-hmm.
extraordinary. It's great to take risks, but sometimes it's better to, take the closer option, and you might get your result quicker, and better. That was, but we probably should have wholesaled this deal from the beginning instead of trying to get the funding for the flip. But I'm a believer of having no regrets. I don't want to be like, oh, I should have or I could have did this. I would try anything to get the results that I want before I take the next route.
Nothing beats a fail but a try, man. And you tried. You seen an opportunity, you acted on it, and I applaud you.
Thank
Again,
you
I
so much.
applaud you, man. So tell me, who helped you? Who helped you through this deal? Who were you on? Who like? What's your team look like, or who was you
Okay,
involved with?
so I met my partner, my very close business partner right now, Najee Wyatt, through the Sub 2 free community. He actually took me under his wing and he helped me through the whole process of this deal from start to finish. And I really appreciate him for that. He's an award-winning author. His book is called The Book on Estate Hacking. It's a very good book, very valuable book that he has. He's a very accomplished real estate investor. He's really good at underwriting. He's a very good closer. He has a lot of skin in the game. You know, he introduced me to a couple people. I introduced him to a couple people in my network. We're both in the Sub 2 community. And, you know, I appreciate him for helping me through this deal, holding my hand. Everybody needs that. Most people need that on the first deal. I won't say everybody because there's a lot of, you know, geniuses out there. Unfortunately, I'm not one of them. But nah, yeah. So, yeah, I thank my partner, Najee, for walking me through and helping me through this deal. You know, we did, you know, we got it. We got it done, man. We did it. We did it. I'm so happy. I'm so fortunate. You know, we're on to the next. We have several more deals to do. Even me and Izzy, we gonna do a deal together sooner or later, man.
We are. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. So you mentioned the Sub 2 community. What's one of the biggest game changers you learned from the Sub 2 community that helped you close this
Biggest
deal?
game changer is, you know, network. You know, go to these events, go to these meetings, go to these meetups, meet people, connect with people. You know, because you never know. You never know who's gonna be your next person to help you or walk you through something. You know, Sub 2 is a very good community. These people are great, man. These people will jump through fire for you, man. These people are wonderful community, man. I couldn't ask to be in a better community. This community is great. It's wonderful, man. I love this community. I will be this community for the rest of my life. You know, I'll do deals with everybody in the community. You know, I'll bring value to the community. I love this community, man. Sub 2 for life, man.
Wow.
Yeah, where my hat at? Let me get my
Sub
hat.
2 for life.
Yeah, you see my hat.
Go throw your hat on, throw your uniform on, man.
Sub
You
2 for life, you
slipping.
heard me?
But the hot thing is like Sub 2
For
for
life,
life,
man. Let me
man.
get
Let me
my
get
hat,
mine
man.
too, since you get yours on. So look, I mean, you talk about the importance of community, like, and this what makes the Sub 2 community so powerful. You have zero experience in real estate. You go into the free community, which I'm assuming you probably joined before
Yeah.
joining
Yep.
Sub 2. You meet your current business partner who takes you under his wing and walks you through the entire process to help you get your first deal done.
Yes, sir.
It's phenomenal.
Yes, sir.
Like,
Yes, sir.
that's
Wonderful, man.
phenomenal. That's phenomenal. So the Sub 2 community, it's all about creative financing. What's one creative finance strategy you thought was insane at first, but now you totally swear by it?
Creative finance in general is very insane to me because I never knew in life, I never knew this, that you could get into a deal with no credit, no money down, no banks. This strategy is a wonderful strategy for you know, investors that are trying to, you know, start a portfolio with the least money possible out of pocket. And you know, after I build out my business empire, what I'm trying to do, I'm gonna go right into creative finance and trying to acquire multifamily properties. That's gonna be my next step after my current, you know, my current early stages right now.
So you're already
Yep,
thinking
yep.
about the future. You want to go
Yes,
into
sir. Yes, sir.
multifamily
Everything
next.
I plan out everything. Everything's always planned out in my head, you know. And I got a notebook this year where I'm starting to write down these plans.
Right, right. It's so important to journal and write everything out because you can actually manifest your future just by writing it down. I mean, you still got to
Of
put the
course.
work in, but bottom line is like you the pen is super powerful and what it can bring to your life, man. So that's dope. Like that's a gem right there, guys. That's a gem right there. All right, so I think you pretty much answered this. So like you got your first deal done. Like, what's next for you? You want bigger deals, more markets. What you doing next? You just completed your first one. What's
Next is
next?
that building out my systems. You know, now I got the proof of concept. I've been through the challenges, so nothing should be really too you know, too shocking to me. So now it's just time to build out the process,
Mhm.
build out the systems. Me and my partner already launched a dispo company, where we're dispoing other people's deals as well as our own deals in house. And we're locking in the process with
Okay.
that. We have Investor Lift. We have a new software called Investor Base. We're using that. We have dispo managers that we currently hired to work on everybody's deal. So we're trying to dial that in, and then I'm also trying to bring in our own in-house acquisitions as well. And we're just for the next deals, man. We trying to get at least three to five deals a month going in. So, you know, the proof of concept is there. It's just now we need the volume. The volume needs to come through, and we have a business.
No doubt. I love it. I love it. So you focused on disposition is the primary focus
Yeah,
of
sure.
your business. So like how does that look for an investor like myself? I have a few properties. I'm not a wholesaler, but I do wholesale properties. So how could you help me? How could you help me in my
Business.
business? If I have a property that I don't want to necessarily buy, but what does that look like?
So if you want, you said you do wholesale, right?
I wholesale, but I'm not a
Yeah, of
wholesaler.
course.
You know what I mean? But I do wholesale, and I come across contracts all the time that I'm not in. I don't necessarily want to buy, so I do wholesale them off. So if I get a property under contract, what would I do to have to work with
Very
you?
simple. All you do is we have a submission form. So all you would do is submit all the details of the deal of the property to our submission form, and then the next
Hmm.
steps will be we will have our underwriting team underwrite the deal. We either will accept or reject the deal, and if we reject the deal, we will tell you exactly why we rejected your deal. We're gonna tell you the number's not right. Maybe you have to come lesser, or maybe the ARV isn't where it's supposed to be, or maybe the deal, if it's like an on market deal, maybe the listing is too high
Hmm.
compared to where you got your contract at. So we're gonna tell you exactly the reason we rejected your deal, and it's gonna be up to you if you want to fix it, or you just want to dead the deal through our underwriting. If we accept the deal, we will start working on your deal. So we'll start posting your deal, marketing your deal. We'll have a dispo manager assigned to your deal to work your deal. Get on the phone with buyers. Our goal is to get the buyer into your property as soon as possible to view the property. And from there, we coordinate with you. If you have a lockbox, you might have an appointment to coordinate with you, get them in there. And from there, we go up from there. We coordinate, and the deal eventually gets closed, or we go on to the next buyer. Either way, we're gonna work as hard as we can to get your deal closed to the finish line.
Doubt, no doubt. So listen, guys, whoever's out there, if you're brand new if you're new to wholesaling or real estate investing, you could go to someone like Emmanuel. He could be the easy button for you because it's hard. For people who's just beginning, it's hard to focus on acquisition, get your first deal done, and then switch over and try to sell it. Like it's two different ways to market. And like that was one of my biggest challenges when I first got into wholesaling years ago, is like trying to juggle so many balls. And I would get a property under contract, and then when it's time to go sell, I would stop marketing for acquisition. I mean for properties because I'm trying to sell this home. And then by the time I sold the home, going back to trying to do some more marketing is like you're starting all over from ground zero again. You got to get that train moving, and the hardest thing to do is get the train moving when it's stopped. Like it's easy to move when it's in motion, but when it's completely stopped, it's hard to get that
Yes, sir.
energy back up, man. So you're like the easy button for all
Yeah,
these
man.
wholesalers out there.
Yeah, man. We're literally, I wouldn't say the easy button, but we'll literally take a load off your hands. So we're gonna help you, man. We love doing deals with people. We love, you know, getting people that result that I felt on my first deal. We want you to feel the same way. So, we gonna get that deal sold. Trust me. If we can't get it sold, you know that we tried our best. We did everything we could to get that deal sold. So yeah, man. Any new wholesaler, any active wholesaler, anybody with a wholesale acquisition company, man, we could do it all. We could even integrate your CRM into our system. where your deals automatically go into our system and we automate that for you. Where with that's even better, because you have a volume of deals going on our system where we're actively working on it and helping those deals get to the closing table.
Is this one particular
You
location
know,
you work in, or what's the
so we
situation?
work all over the country, but we have some main markets that we have, which are Tampa, Florida, Atlanta, Georgia, Nashville, Tennessee, and Cleveland, Ohio. We also look into multifamily land and land deals. We have some people on the team that have experience in commercial properties, commercial deals. So we can also
Mm,
take those on too as well.
no doubt, no doubt. So look, let me ask you another question. If your first deal was a movie, what would the title be?
Let me think about this one. I wanna give a good movie answer, man. I like movies, man. I like movies. Any girl, any girl that wants to go on a first date with me, I always take them to the movies, man. I love movies. You know what I mean?
So my youngin is available, guys. Listen, y'all
Now,
better get after
I
this
don't know if
dude
I'm
right here.
available now, but I like movies. I like movies. So let me see. I feel like this name, this what coming into my head. That challenging outcome. I don't know why, but that's the name that's coming to my head. The challenging outcome. It just spontaneous or something.
It sounds like a number
Yeah,
one
the
box
challenging outcome.
box hit, man. But
Like a crazy scary movie, man.
I like it. I like it. I like it. So what's final question for you? What's one thing about real estate investing that you never expected until you got into it?
God, one thing about it is, that question is really hard because, I always expected it to be, I always expected it to be what it is, a marathon. Because, I feel like there's a reason that, there's a very high turnaround rate in real estate. This industry, um, this business is very challenging. It's very challenging, and I expected it to be as hard as it is, and that's why I love it. Not a lot of people doing this. You have to actually put the work in. You actually have to grind. You have to get on the phones. You have to learn the you know, criteria. You have to learn the all the knowledge you can about the industry. This is not really it's not really easy. So I expected it to be like this. I did, and I love it. I love the grind. I love the industry. I love the business. And we're gonna keep going up, man. I'm looking to be a millionaire in these coming years, and that's what we're gonna make happen, And I want to do deals with as much people as possible, man. I want to do deals with everybody. If you're a heavy hitter, if you're a newbie, if you're in between, wherever you may be, whatever markets you may be, I feel like some way, shape, or form, I could bring some value to you. You know, I'm that young hustler, man. Get at me.
No doubt. Listen, John, Emmanuel, listen. I know you're going far, man. I wish you nothing but the best. Congratulations again on getting this first
Appreciate
one done. Yeah, I mean, stay plugged in, keep reaching out to me. I got your
For
back,
sure,
whatever you
brother.
need, son.
Appreciate you, Iz.
Whatever you
Appreciate you,
need.
Iz. You already
So,
know, man. And hopefully I see some of y'all that squad up, man. You know,
yeah,
100,
he coming.
100.
He coming. He coming. When you see me, you're going to
For
see him.
sure, for sure.
For sure.
Know that.
For sure. This young heat, like I said, man, me and you connected from day one. I already knew what it was when I met you. It's not many like us in these rooms. So, we
For
we
sure.
doing the thing,
Yes,
man.
sir.
We doing the thing. So just stay close, stay connected, keep doing the thing. And again,
Thank you, man.
congratulations, man. I'm gonna
Yes,
see you
sir.
over the
And
top,
remember,
yo.
guys, hey, you know what? Let me give my man number one thanks for my first interview ever. You know, probably gonna be plenty more where these came from. And I'm a real introvert, but I like challenging myself and getting out my comfort zone. So, thank you, Iz, for this interview, man. I appreciate you, brother. We're gonna do some deals. We're gonna make the bag together, man. Let's get it, man. Sub two for life, man. Let's go, man.
Up to for life.
Peace.
Peace, my friend.